Good afternoon, everybody. Rob with RKC, and I'm sitting here today with Lance from Roofing Done Right. And Lance, what I want to go over today is tell me how a small amount of roof damage could turn into a full replacement, a big insurance claim.
So, I've run across so many deals where, where people are like, well, I'm only missing like one shingle, or I'm not missing any shingles, but we get up there, we do a thorough inspection, and they got a significant amount of creasing going on, on the roof. And, one of the biggest educators that we've had to deal with facilitating these processes with the homeowners is it's not about how much physical damage you see across the entire roof. Because let's just picture, all right, let's just say you have a missing tab on your roof, or a couple missing tabs, in different parts of the roof.
Okay.
Okay, and I go up there and I replace those tabs with brand new shingles.
Okay.
Well, there's a very solid chance, depending on the age of the roof, if it's any more than 10 or 12 years old, it's not going to match up color-wise. And also, just due to age, oxidation, and stuff like that, weather causes shingles to age faster if you're in areas of high wind or intense weather in most cases. So, condition also plays into a factor. So, if I can't properly do a replacement with a brand new shingle, well, that's going to be the case across the entire roof. And, and if the color doesn't match, in certain areas, people might live in a homeowners association or whatever where things have to match up to the T. Or even if they don't, Ohio's got a matching law where it's got to be a reasonable match.
Right.
Well, what's reasonable? I mean, if you take your car, to a paint and body shop and they're touching up a couple scratches, and you've got a burgundy car and they use red, well, is that reasonable?
Right.
Well, of course not. So you're going to want everything to look flush.
So you're saying, let's just put this into perspective. Let's say my roof's 12 years old, and when I bought it, it was black.
Correct.
But it's kind of faded into a little bit of a grayish now.
Correct.
So now if you guys go to replace it with the original shingle, you're going to have some very black areas where all the rest of the area is gray.
Exactly. So, and that's what the insurance company is paying to replace. They're paying to replace and make you whole with what was there already. They're not paying to replace, something that is a different color. It's what's on the roof existing. That's what they're paying for. That's what they insured. So yeah, I mean, if I can't properly perform a replacement on those, single tabs or whatever, and or if the color doesn't match up, then yes, it constitutes a full replacement across the entire roof. Now, there's a third factor in all of that. Every once in a while, shingle manufacturers, they will discontinue shingles. So if you have a discontinued shingle on your roof, which we run across all the time, you can't even get a match for that.
Right.
So, that in and of itself would constitute a full replacement.
So if maybe if Owens Corning or some manufacturer thought maybe a shadow line might be a cool concept and they sell it for 3 years and that shingle's not selling, so the manufacturer says, okay, this isn't selling, so we're going to stop making it.
Absolutely.
So that's the kind of scenario where that would apply?
Absolutely, yeah. There's nothing out there where I can buy to give you an exact replacement of what is currently there. So, in that case, it would constitute a full replacement, at which point, you can pick the color. We allow you to pick the color that you want it to go back on that roof. And the beautiful thing about it, too, it comes with a minimum 25-year warranty on full replacement, and we've got certain shingles that we can even bump up to as much as 50 years on a warranty. So, it's just educating the homeowner on that piece of the business is probably the hardest part. And again, it's not hard. It's just really educating the homeowner on what it is that they're entitled to within the coverage of their policy.
Yeah. So so I guess that's the situation right there. Where don't just assume because you might only be able to see 3 missing shingles that you don't have enough damage to potentially justify an insurance claim. And also, you were talking about creasing. I'm not sure if our audience knows what that is, but typically when the seal is broke at the shingle will pop up 90 degrees and kind of go like this and settle back down, and that's what creates the crease.
Correct, yeah. So basically what it does is it damages the integrity of the shingle to be able to do what it was designed to do.
Okay.
So during a heavy windstorm, you know, once a shingle is creased and if it's not sealing back down, it doesn't take a very heavy windstorm for those shingles to continue to flap in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Well, every single time that shingle lifts up, or even if it doesn't lift up, it's not properly sealing down if that seal strip is broken or compromised.
Right.
You know, that water can get down in there. Well, if you have, you know, say nails that are popped up a little bit below that, or just whatever, just excessive wear or whatever, you know, water, it doesn't take much of an area for water to get inside. And then once it gets inside, it really starts to wear away at that whole area. So that's where you know you're creating a much larger issue than just the shingle itself. You know, you've got interior damage now going on. You know, you could have decking issues and stuff like that. So so it really is more than meets the eye than just what you're looking at from the surface.
So the bottom line is, if you're a homeowner, it's basically impossible to determine the actual extent of damages without having a professional.
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, you're not, I mean, just to look at something, you know, like the best way that I can equate it to is auto damage, okay? If you've ever wrecked your car, okay, there's a very solid chance it might have gotten into the frame. Well, if they just replace the plastics or the fiberglass around the car, you're never going to know that it was in the frame.
It's got to be checked.
Exactly. Well, that frame's going to cause you way more issues than any body will on a car. The same thing happens with a house. I mean, you got the shingles, which is the surface damage, you know, and then you got interior damage, which is ultimately where, I mean, that's where you live. You live on the interior of your house. You don't live on the roof. You know, well, the interior can cause mold and, you know, insulation damage, which, you know, causes your electric bills and heating bills to go through the roof. So, so getting it taken care of in the proper manner, and that's the key word, the proper manner, not just, you know, oh, we replaced your roof, so everything's all good. No, I mean, that's the surface of the deal. So making sure everything is properly handled is where, you know, we really separate ourselves from a lot of different companies.
I'm sold. Where do I sign? That sounds great. So anyway, I think the bottom line of this whole video is, if you guys happen to have any extent of damage, whether it's a roof damage or any kind of damage, don't assume that it's minor damage. Call Lance with Roofing Done Right. Have him come in there and do a full, thorough, and accurate inspection so we can at least tell you where you stand and help give you some education on what we think you should do. So anyway, please like and share this video, guys. My information and Lance's information will all be in the description section below. Subscribe to this channel because we're going to continue to put out videos. Roofing Done Right, their YouTube channel as well. They got a ton of good videos over there, so make sure to subscribe to Roofing Done Right's YouTube channel too. And we'll be talking with you guys again soon. See ya.